Shalom, and you're now locked in here at Israelite Talk TV, where you get nothing but the raw and the real whenever I'm in front of the camera. So make sure y'all show the page some love, like, subscribe, and share. Shalom, and welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, one of the #1 platforms where you don't get any paid media. Okay, thank you. Now, yesterday, family, I was a little bit under the weather. Today, we're going to be continuing our coverage on the Israeli and the Hamas showdown that's taking place over there in the Holy Land. And one of the reasons why we have to cover this, right? There's a lot of debate, amongst our people, Israelites here in this nation, right? Unbeknownst to a lot of them, where some of them are being thrown under the bus because some of them are saying that, we're not supporting this Hamas war. We don't care one way or the other. A person that, and I'm going to just say his name, Dr. Umar, right? He came out, they kept asking him about it, and he spoke about how, he's pro-black, doesn't have anything to do with black people here in this nation, right? And he's absolutely right to a certain degree, right? What people have to understand is, first and foremost, he's right in the aspect that it doesn't have anything to do with us, right? Black people have been being abused in this. The people here in this nation, right? The blacks, right? Those that are descendants of slaves, that are Israelites, we have gone through the most. And this is why I'm able to sympathize with what the Palestinians are going through, because we have gone through that. We have gone through worse conditions. Okay, you got to think about it, right? They've been dealing with these people for 75 some years. We've been dealing with them for over 400 some years. Okay, so we've gone through a lot with these Europeans here in this nation, right? So the other thing is this, right? And I just want to make this clear. Okay, and this is what people got to understand. We got different brothers out there, right? Part of these different Hebrew Israelite sects, right? Where everybody got different opinions, right? Here's my stance with it, right? The Europeans are going to be judged for what they did. The Arabic nations are also going to be judged for what they did. Those who had a hand in selling us up the river, right? And removing us from our land. Now you see the problems that they're going through. But I will say this, though. I have more respect for the Palestinians, because one thing that the Palestinians did not do is they're not running around saying they are the children of Israel. OK, they're not running around and saying, oh, we're the people of the book. OK, right. And let's give them a round of applause for that, because we have a people in the earth. Right. And this is why I'm telling you, right, fam. I understand, right? There's a lot of stuff that's going on here in the United States, right? But you got to cut past the noise, right? Yes, we had the shooting up in New York with the guy that they found dead mysteriously when it killed all these people and mysteriously popped up dead. Now we got the mass shooting up here in Iraq, right? So my thing is that, yes, this type of stuff is important, but these things are nothing more than distractions that keep your eyes off a prophecy that is being fulfilled in that Middle East. Okay, this is what we got to understand, right? Okay, right. And we have to keep an eye on this. Why? Because our people, right? Have been getting crucified here in this nation. Okay, from the Kyrie Irvings to the Yays to the Nick Cannons. Whenever we come out and say we are the people of the book, that we are the real Israelites, they try to silence us. But if you notice, they're running into problems in the media with this Hamas in this Israeli showdown, because a lot of people are siding with the Palestinians. And they're going to continue to use this word anti-Semitic like it's a shield. Oh, that's anti-Semitic. Anytime you challenge them on anything, it's anti-Semitic. We've been telling these Europeans over here in this man-made land of Israel, because what does Tanakh teach? Even they top rabbis know this. Israel is my firstborn. Tell Pharaoh to let my people go. So how in the world is the people in Mizraim in Egypt grasp? Y'all say, let my people go. Israel is my firstborn, and y'all gonna steal our name and run y'all tail over into Palestine and take our name and then gonna attach it to the name, removing our name from us and attaching it to a land, even though we were in that land. That land was never called the Israel. Okay, In the book, it speaks about in the last days about how in the land of Canaan, out of 7 languages in the land of Canaan, right? Speaking about in the last days, that land was never identified and called Israel. Okay. And it's wicked what these people have done. So y'all done stole our identity, and they did the same thing. Now listen, they did this to the Arabs in the Middle East, in the places where Yah said he's going to grab his people from, those that was in those kingdoms that was practicing Judaism, that are the people according to the book. They have tried to whitewash their history and all of this stuff, right? And I'm gonna talk about this, right? Because what these people are doing are wicked, man. And this is the problem I have with them. Out of all the captivities that our people went through, because you got to remember, those Arabs in the Middle East, some of them are our people. You got to remember that Abraham was not the only Shemite. Even though he came from Shem, there was other Shemites, meaning that those people are our family. Even Abraham had more kids with Keturah that will go on to found some of these Arabic nations. So some of these people are our people. Okay. So with that being said, in all of the captivities that we went into in that land, they never stole our identity. And this is the problem that these Europeans are having over there in that land, is that those Arabics, them Arabs, know that these people are not the people of the book. This is why a while back, the president of Egypt said, what? Y'all left black. How did y'all come back white? Okay. Just recently, last month before this stuff popped off, the president of Palestine, President Appa, came out and said, y'all not Semitic. Y'all keep talking about something that's anti-Semitic. Y'all not Semites. So we've been telling these people for years that we are the Israelites, the people of the book. And they're, no, this is a prophecy that's being fulfilled in 1948. This is a prophecy that God said this and that. Well, why the God of Israel ain't helping them right now? Why they getting the brakes beat off their tail? Okay, why he ain't helping them? Why he ain't helping them on October 7th when they got blitzed and got beat down? Got stepped on. Family got stepped on. Okay. So my thing is, right, and I want to start with this, right, and we're gonna get into the message, right, because this right here, family, oh, we finna get down through there today, right? But I want to go to Zephaniah chapter 3. I got to teach y'all tonight. I got to teach y'all these things. And even to those of you that come through here that are Christians, and even to those of you that are Israelites that still playing around in that New Testament, right? You have to admit that even in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, where the created player Jesus comes out and said that not one jot or tittle is going to be removed from the law till all is fulfilled. We're over 2,000 some years up the road to those that believe that madness. What is left to be fulfilled? Why ain't the end came yet? So this should move you to go into Tanakh to see what hasn't been fulfilled. And when you go into Tanakh and see the things that haven't been fulfilled, you start to understand why they have fed us this lie and keep perpetuating this Jesus when they know ain't no Jesus coming. See, Tanakh teaches that the people that have oppressed us are going to go into captivity. They're going to be our captives, right? And listen, and this is real simple. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14, right? And let's pick up at verse number let's just read verses 1 and 2, right? Because I want to just show y'all something, right? And I got to teach y'all as we go, and we're gonna get into the message, right? For Yahuwah will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, meaning that what? Israel is a people, not the land, because he's saying I'm gonna sit Israel in their land. So if the land is called Israel, why wouldn't he just, family, walk with me? I'm breaking it down. I will set them in their own land, and strangers shall be joined with them, and they should cleave to the house of Jacob. So once again, if these people are the people of the book, why ain't they letting these Palestinians and all these people cling to them when they sit up here? And I'm gonna talk about that two-state solution, that lie, that garbage that they're using to try to finesse the Arabs out of that land over there. Okay. Here's the other thing. Verse 2 is the most critical point of this, right? And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahuwah for servants and for handmaids. And listen, this is the most critical point. And they should take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. This is why they're feeding you this New Testament, Jesus coming to save the world and just prepare for doomsday, because they know what Tanakh teach. They tell is going into captivity, and y'all know that that white man don't like when we tell, whenever black people, it don't matter what it is, whether you're in work, whatever it is in the world, if you try to reprimand or tell white people something, it burns they tail up. They don't want to be told nothing. Remember, I showed y'all the other day when President Biden was on the plane and his aide was trying to get him off a camera because she knows that he's not mentally stable and he just gonna start blabbering. She's like, "Hey, come on!" His mind kicked back in. Hey! Don't you say that? Don't. No, we're not doing that. Trying to diss her on camera and stuff like that. And then he came out of his mouth and said, "Oh, we ain't supporting Israel and all this other stuff." So it's like, come on, man. But those days and times are coming, and these are the things that they're hiding. Now, let's get into this thing, right? Y'all see the title. That's right. Israeli soldiers defeated by Hamas. What are you talking about, Big Light? Okay, let's. I'm already, and we already queued up. I already got this in the queue ready to go. And I know I went on a little bit, but I just got to break this thing down and let people know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Now, the media is running around, and they already have lost this propaganda war online. They already lost. Like the Israelis is bleeding all over. They lost the media war. They got dusted on October 7th, right? So what the media is doing, they're running around and saying, "Oh, well, Hamas, they beheaded little kids, they raped women," and they have to say these things in order to create this narrative to the world that what we're doing is humane. They came in here, they raped kids, they did this, da 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 da, and we have to go in there and get them off of the face of the earth. And they have to say that to get people to side with them. The fact of the matter is people have been following this for years, and they know that what's been going on here, that this is not just something that happened on October 7th. But the bottom line is what they're not saying is that the Israeli Golani Brigade, which is one of the top military brigades in the land of Israel, got their ass kicked on October 7th. See what I'm saying? This is why the Israelis really don't want to negotiate, because they know that a lot of the people they got are IDF soldiers. Okay. Now, yeah, they did get a few little civilians here and there, whatever the case may be. But this is why they don't want to negotiate with them to get any. This is why they bombing all this stuff, and they don't really care whether they lose them or not, because that military brigade got his tail kicked. Now, don't listen to me, right? We're gonna pull in a UN inspector, right? We gotta bring sources, right? Okay. This is how we do business over here. We gotta bring the sources, right? Now, I'm gonna let the UN inspector speak, right? And he's going to run this thing down to you, and then I'm gonna go to another source to bear this out, right? Now, let's get it.
Invasion. Where do things stand with the military side of this, and what do you make of this move into Egypt?
Well, first of all, the move into Egypt, I believe, is a non-starter. I think that's an act of war. Egypt would view it as an act of war. And, Hamas doesn't have any tanks. Egypt has hundreds of them, modern tanks. And they have two divisions that are being brought up to combat readiness on the Sinai. If Israel really does want to commit suicide, this is one really good way to do it, because if Egypt sends 600 tanks into the Negev, Israel's got no response. And if Israel has to shift forces to respond to that, for instance, from the Northern Command, Hezbollah has a free ride straight into Haifa.
So he's already let them know, man. Y'all lost already. Y'all. They cannot win this war, man. They've lost already. Okay, they've lost already. You know, listen to him.
Syria will retake the Golan Heights. As I said earlier, Israel is on the verge of committing suicide as a nation state. And so they need to.
I'm here to say, he said almost. I'm here to say they've already committed suicide. Okay, they've already been checkmated. It's just a matter of moves before they're checkmated, but they're already checkmated. Okay.
drop this nonsense. The United States, I think, has put the read Israel the Riot Act and told Netanyahu, you can't launch a full scale assault into Gaza, or else Iran will come in, and nobody's ready for that. I mean, you can have Kamala Harris, give as many, one word, what's your advice to Iran? Don't. First of all, Iran doesn't care about Kamala Harris, and they're going to do what they're going to do based upon what America does. And America has postured itself aggressively. But if you look at the force structure that we put in place there, it's really not that much. It's not enough to, to turn the tide in any large scale conflict. Israel doesn't want Iran to get involved. So what Netanyahu has done is they're carrying out a process of increasing the scope and scale of raids into Gaza to occupy limited territory for political benefit.
Now, the other thing that I want to say here, right, just to add to what he's saying, what they're doing is they don't want to come out and fully say, oh, we've launched a full scale invasion, because they know what that means. So what they're doing, they're trying to be sneaky with it. Oh, we did raids last night. We did this and that. But we're going to get to that in a minute, because Hamas is standing on business, man. They standing on it. And I got to call it how it is. They backing up the stuff they saying. They told them to bring it on, and we're gonna get to that here in a minute. But listen to this though. Listen to the UN inspector break this thing down.
At some point in time, the realization will come that Israel cannot defeat Hamas. And there will be a political settlement. I think what Netanyahu is trying to do is say we destroyed the bulk of Hamas's military capability, as opposed to completely eradicating. He needs to walk away with the victory. They suffered
well, that's not what he's saying. He's saying he's going to eradicate Hamas. Everybody in their right mind know that they're not going to be able to get rid of Hamas, because as long as you're oppressing the people, more people are going to rise up. This is why they steady killing the children and stuff. They're not. They think they being slick, but they're not. They're killing the children because they know these people are going to eventually grow up, and they're going to follow the same footsteps because they're being oppressed. Which, why would the Israelis be oppressing the Palestinians when Tanakh teaches when they go back into the land, they're going to be righteous. They're going to be doing all of this righteous stuff. Is going peace, and ain't been no peace since they've been in the land. Okay, let's keep going now. Listen to this. Listen to this right here, because this is critical.
A humiliating defeat on October 7th.
Me baggy.
This is military capability, as opposed to completely eradicating. He needs to walk away with the victory. They suffered a humiliating defeat on October 7th. Everybody's talking about this being a massacre. No, it was the total annihilation of Israel's front line of defense. The Golani Brigade, 2 battalions, got beat in stand-up fight against Hamas. That's the reality.
Hold on. And whoa. Hold on, Mr. Scott. Let's back it real quick, right? Because he's saying something that's very, very, very profound.
There will be a political settlement. I think what Netanyahu is trying to do is say we destroyed the bulk of Hamas's military capability, as opposed to completely eradicating. He needs to walk away with the victory. They suffered a humiliating defeat on October 7th. Everybody's talking about this being a massacre.
See?
No, it was the total annihilation of Israel's front line of defense. The Golani Brigade, 2 battalions, got beat in stand-up fight against Hamas. That's the reality. And it's humiliating. Their intelligence service was asleep. This is the end of Netanyahu's political career. He will not recover from this. When this war ends, and it will end, there will be an accounting domestically for Israel, if it still exists. And Netanyahu and his senior command will all be relieved of their duties because of the incompetence.
So, family, y'all just heard it, man. Y'all just heard it. They keep talking about, the kids were beheaded. Women were raped. Hamas went in and took care of their top brigade. They first line of defense, dusted them boys. Dusted them. And they saying, bring it on. I believe it was the Iranians that came out and said that either the Iranians or Turkey said if the United States wasn't helping these weaklings over here, the Zionist regime over here in Palestine that's trying to steal all this land, they would not last 3 days. Okay? They wouldn't last 3 days without American help, is what they told them boys. So not only did they bust through their security thing and gave them the business, they not ready. They not ready. Now, let's go to another source, right? Okay. Let's go over here, right? Okay. Now, if we go to Wikipedia, and they working fast over here on Wikipedia, updated this fast and furiously, right? Okay. Now let's do this real quick, right? Now if we go down here to Golani Brigade, right? You guys can read this and get a understanding of what's going on, right? But already they have the 2023 Israel-Hamas war, right? Now, let's bust this thing down real quick. The Golani Brigade's 13th and 51st Battalion suffered heavy casualties during the Hamas invasion of southern Israel in October 2023. According to the Israel Defense Forces, right? Okay, so it's coming from IDF. At least 72 Golani soldiers were killed and an unknown number had been captured while defending the Iron Wall. Came through that thing. Let us through here. This was by far the highest number of fatalities for any single unit in the IDF during the invasion. Golani soldiers who were well equipped, listen to this, family, well equipped with tanks and armored personnel, carriers, right, were overstretched all along the border and were not able to successfully repel the attackers on the first line of military bases and kibbutz, the kibbutz, that they assign numerous platoons to defend. So listen to what they're saying, family. Right? This is their first line of defense. They're supposed to be protecting the people. But when it went down, once again, because even at the not only did they get butchered, but the people that were at the concert got butchered, and they used that to try to hide the military failure. What really happened on October 7th, and a lot of those people were IDF. They were military. They keep saying, "Oh, it was children and kids," but they were military. So, and family, what you guys got to understand, and let me just finish. Let me finish this up real quick, right? Okay. It says each separate platoon had believed that their specific base or kibbutz was the main point of attack, and it took many hours for them to learn that Hamas had broken through everywhere at 29 points on the Gaza barrier and had reached the second and third lines of IDF defense, running through that thing, man. Let me keep going, man. This prevented the Golani soldiers from being able to retreat and organize all units and fight back effectively. They had received no intelligence from anybody that Hamas was going to attack the Iron Wall and were caught completely by surprise. Golani soldiers were completely overwhelmed at all the first line military bases, especially at Nahal Oz and Re'im. The Hamas forces were able to defeat these Iron Wall bases with infantry tactics while using only Toyota pickup trucks and motorcycles from ground vehicles. Family, them boys got their ass kicked. Hamas ran through their first line of defense. They basically their best line of defense. All this stuff ran through them. Came in at 29 points. Hey, y'all going in through there. Y'all going in through there. Y'all going in through there. Hey, let's go. Let's get it done. You see what I'm saying? and the bulk of the people that they killed. This is why when they did the interview with the Hamas leader, he was saying like Netanyahu is done. This is why right now he's going all out because he know that whenever this ceasefire or whatever this stuff happen, or they get eradicated from the land and get kicked out of that Middle East, he ride into the wheels fall off because he know that he's getting kicked out of there. He's through. Whenever this is done, he's through booking because he allowed them people to come in through there and run through that thing, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The military got their ass kicked. Okay. Big time. Okay. So y'all can save all that. Oh, they beheaded little kids. They raped women. They did. Now, y'all military got their ass towed up by Hamas. And Hamas is still saying, y'all bring it on. Now, listen to this, right? Let's get this going, right? Okay. We working today, right? Let's work. Okay. We working today. Let's get this added back to the scene, right? Now check this out, family. Okay. Let's do this, right? Check this out, right? So this was a video that was dropped by on Hindustian Times just yesterday, 20 hours ago, right? Now check this out. A new video released by Hamas show fierce gunfights with Israeli defense forces. Look how they popping up out the cut, family. Hamas fighters attack Israeli ground troops invading Gaza enclave amid war. Man, look how the Goonies is creeping, man. Man, family, look how they popping up out the cut. Think about this. They got these tunnels and stuff all over through Gaza. They don't know where they're gonna pop up out the cut at on them, right? Now check this out, right? Man, come on, fam. Look at the Goonies, man. Look at them. And that's when they took out that the Israeli tank, right? Okay, in Gaza, right? Also, okay, let's get this pulled up right here, right? Okay. Hamas has also said, right, that they have more. They saying we ain't even got started yet. Check it out.
إن عملياتنا الدفاعية متواصلة ولا تزال في بدايتها.
We're still in the early stages.
ولا زال في جعبتنا الكثير بعون الله وقوته. وكما وعدنا هذا العدو فإن غزة ستكون.
Listen, family. This is what I want you guys to pay attention to. Them Hamas, them goons, right? They just told the IDF, right? They says, and as we promised this enemy, Gaza will be a graveyard and a Kawami for the enemy. Family. They told them boys, we're gonna turn this boy into a graveyard. And they not playing. They not playing. They have started the graveyard process, right? Dang. That's cool. Okay, so Mouse went out. Let's get you off of stage, right? All right, so look, so check it out, right? Now check this out, fam. Check this out. Let's get this pulled up, right? This is my boy Trey, man. I like Trey, man. Trey kind of, I think Trey giving us them pointers, right? Listen to what Trey had to say. Now, this was just released yesterday, right? Okay.
The reconnaissance unit that was operating inside the Gaza Strip behind me when they were engaged by Hamas militants and killed in that battle. Again, 2 other soldiers were injured. Today has been a difficult day for the Israeli forces as they look to push deeper into the Gaza Strip. We could see from this position as they were operating just outside of a tank and an armored D9 bulldozer. The Israelis are being ambushed by Hamas and Islamic Jihad fighters inside. We've seen video published by Hamas showing some of these ambushes. It's an incredibly difficult environment for the Israelis to be out.
Family, listen, man. Them boys down in Gaza, they popping up about the cut, man. They popping up, man. They like, y'all saying y'all finna come down here and invade. They saying bring it on, right? Now, this was yesterday, right? Now, this is what happened overnight. Okay. Let's speed this up a little bit, right? Okay. Speed it up a little bit, right? Speed this thing up a little bit, right? Them boys ain't playing in Gaza. You heard what the Goonies just said. We gonna turn this thing into a graveyard for the enemy, and they not playing. Listen to this.
Hot spots in Gaza, but the ground fighting comes with a heavy toll.
The IDF confirming that 10 of the soldiers were killed last night while fighting in northern Gaza. That brings the Israeli soldier death toll now to 12.
All right, and right now, foreign nationals have been granted access to leave Gaza. This is great news through the Rafah Gate crossing over in Egypt.
That's right. There are about 400 people waiting to get out. Trey Yinks is live in southern Israel with the latest, where it is 12 noon. Trey, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. I do want to start with those numbers from the Israeli military. They've confirmed an additional 10 of their soldiers were killed in battles with Hamas inside Gaza. That adds to the 2 they announced yesterday from a reconnaissance unit that were killed in similar battles. It really gives you a sense of what they are facing inside Gaza. In terms of the breakdown, these soldiers, some of them were killed by an RPG that was fired by Hamas militants. Others were killed by an anti-tank guided missile that was fired at an armored vehicle inside the strip. And so despite the thousands of soldiers that are participating in this ground portion of the operation to destroy Hamas, it is a very dangerous battlefield for those soldiers. And the Israelis say they are preparing for more difficult days of battle ahead. I do want to shift to the Jabalia refugee camp in the north.
So family, once again, right? Okay. And we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I know we kind of running over a little bit, but I mean, it's what it is, right? So the bottom line, fam, is right here, right? Them Israelis is getting their tail kicked over there, man. You know, you can sit and you can launch all these airstrikes and you're killing innocent civilians, right? It's just like they just bombed a hospital over there, right, yesterday, and they got grilled, right, about and let me show you how they just lie, right? Okay, and this is the last video we're gonna look at, and then we're gonna get up out of here, right? But this is how they lie, right? Now check this out, right? This guy right here, which is IDF, they spokesman, Jonathan. Watch how he get caught lying right off the muscle, right?
As a part of the friction that these ground forces are establishing, we've been able to, as we say in intelligence, close a circle around a very senior and important Hamas battalion commander. We know that a significant number of Hamas operatives were with him in his tunnel complex. They were also killed. We understand that there were secondary explosions and that the subterranean infrastructure also exploded or imploded as a result of some kind of secondary explosion. And
he's just sitting up here lying. Now watch how he get caught lying.
Civilian. Sorry to interrupt. Civilian casualties.
Oh, hold on. Let me back him up. Hold on.
Civilian. Sorry to interrupt. Civilian casualties.
Exploded or imploded as a result of some kind of secondary explosion, and that there are quite a lot of casualties in the area.
Civilian. Sorry to interrupt. Civilian.
So what he doing here is he's correcting them and saying he's trying to say, yeah, there was casualties, but he's saying no, these were civilians, because and I want to just go back and correct, it wasn't a hospital, even though they have hit hospitals. It was a refugee camp that they hit where people are supposed to be safe at. So basically how this goes. Well, let's finish. Let's let him get caught up in the lie, right?
Casualties.
At this stage, I can't confirm that. I assess that is the case, but I also know that there were many terrorists with him. This is a combat area which we asked to be evacuated almost 2 weeks
Look
ago,
how they just lie.
when we announced that we would be fighting in the northern Gaza Strip. And the fact that there are still civilians there in close proximity to where a very important military commander of Hamas located himself indicates that there is no coincidence here.
I'm slightly confused how you know that you managed to kill the Hamas commander and other terrorists, as you call them, and you don't know whether there are any civilians killed. How do you have confirmation on the ground of any of this?
It is difficult to understand how many non-combatants were.
Oh my goodness, man. Get this guy out of here, man. So you telling us that you can confirm that there was terrorists in there? Because what they're doing is they're killing innocent people, and then they come and saying, "Oh, we hit a terrorist group." Woo, woo, woo. But when we go look on the other stations, we see that these people are not terrorists that they're hitting. These are innocent civilians that they're indiscriminately targeting. Okay, out of their rage and anger because they can't really get to Hamas. Hamas is underground, so all these buildings and camps, except what they're hidden, they're not hitting Hamas. Okay, they may get tools and fuels in there, but they're not. Oh, we killed this and that. And he asked him, "How can you verify you killed that?" But yeah, you could tell us that you killed Hamas leader and this and that, but you can't confirm that the people you killed were civilians or whatever the case may be. So man, get up out of here, man. They liars, man. All they do is lie, and the man got caught lying on TV because what it is even if, and there's other videos, and I'm not gonna go through that. We'll be here all day, but if these terrorists are, as they claim, are in civilian populations, then they can't take the shot on them. If they're in, you know what I'm saying, they can't bomb it because you got innocent people in there. So the thing about it is, y'all got all this high power weaponry. You got all this intelligence. You got over 500,000 soldiers over there. You got the United States with all of that. You know what I'm saying? You got almost a million troops over there. And you're telling me that little bitty strip with Hamas, where they say they're probably comprised of 10, 15, 20,000 soldiers, you telling me y'all can't handle that? Like, this is crazy. These people are scary, right? And I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna talk about this probably tomorrow. We'll see how it go and how we look it on time. But these people are scary. They're bombing everything. They're harassing people in the West Bank. Like, these people are shook out there, man. And they're trying to keep their posture, but it's been exposed. They scared. You can't defend the people. They was getting ready to have a civil war out there, family, over these judicial reforms. This is what the people are not talking about. These are things you guys have to know. That nation that they're trying to create, that man-made nation, is through. And the $1 million question that everybody need to be asking themselves as they're watching this is, why is not the God of Israel saving their ass? It's because Yahuwah has hid his face from them. He's not with them. Okay? He was never with them. And now they have dug themselves in a hole that they cannot get out of. And let me tell you this. When those Zionists fall, those converts fall in that man-made land that they've made in Israel, the United States is going right behind it, because you guys have to understand, as I taught y'all, the Jews are the ones that saved the Europeans that came to this nation when they was at war and they went broke. The Jew Solomon gave them all their fortune in order to give them the finances they need in order to fight that war. See, the Jews are the bankers. America and these different countries are just the muscle who have the military. They just the muscle. And the thing that a lot of you guys don't know, and I'm gonna be going more into it, is that at first they wasn't even gonna go into Palestine. Okay, they was gonna originally go into Uganda. Man, y'all wait till I bust this thing wide open and explain to you how you know these people are not the people of the book. Okay, I gotta give it to y'all. So the bottom line is this: where is the God of Israel? They say that he doesn't slumber, he doesn't sleep. Where is he at? You got a whole two brigades that got their nose white. Now they down there in Gaza talking about we going in, and Hamas down there waiting on them. They got them anti-tank missiles. Okay, when they come in there, they blowing that stuff up. They popping up out the cut. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So now they got to get out there and really get to it. And so Netanyahu was getting a sacrifice and getting ready to kill all these people over there in Israel, man. It's just not finna stop. So family, share this video. Get this out there to our people, man. This is a video that they need to hear. They need to know. The masses need to know about what's going on, because see, what's going on today is our people need to pay attention and take notes and get out of all of this fun time, this entertainment stuff, and pay attention to what's going on. See, when you unify and you're together, you can get stuff done. And like right now, how the media is working and so many people are supporting Palestine, they can't stop the bleed. You know what I'm saying? It's being reported that these people have spent over $1 million on ad campaigns just to try to change the narrative, because that's another narrative where a lot of people, listen, man, we finna get down through there. And this is already over about 40 minutes, a little bit longer than I like to go. So tomorrow we're going to continue our coverage. Okay. But in the meantime, you guys stay safe. Watch this video, share this video, get it out there. And I'm signing off here on Israelite Talk TV. Shalom.